Welcome back to my channel. It is the official first day of Saturn Retrograde in Aries. And I thought it would be kind of cool taking the lessons that Saturn's trying to teach me to start pulling cards every single morning again, and just to give a 24-hour, what do you need to do today type of situation. Me being an oracle, why not get the guidance from the universe and your soul, and then use your divine masculine to actually execute that throughout the day? So if that appeals to you, then stay tuned. I'm going to be pulling some cards here, asking the specific question, what do you need to do today? So whenever you're seeing this, whether it's today or whether it's a week from now, a month from now, it's whatever you need to do for the next 24 hours based off of what I am channeling from the universe and tuning into your soul. Of course, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a collective message, not a one-on-one. If you want a one-on-one session, you can book it in the link below. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, and let's tune in. All right. What do they need to know to do today? Hold on, that one just popped out. That the Two of Cups. Hold on a second. Let's actually shuffle that. Okay, what do they need to do today? Okay. I see. The Five of Wands. So normally this will probably mean that there's a lot of bickering going on, like too many cooks in the kitchen kind of situation. So if you're doing it with business, you may be involved with people and you may need to think about which battles you actually want to fight. As in, not everyone can be the leader. So if you are the leader, then you need to take control and you need to let people know where they stand. But if you're not a leader, or if you're doing a collaborative project, then this needs to be a thing about when do you want to pipe up, what do you want to listen, etc., etc. For those of you who are beginning tarot reading and stuff, the reason why I have so many different tarot decks is because each one has its own interpretation. So in this specific guidebook, it says, sometimes it is hard to work with other people. Sometimes it's impossible. Okay. These witches are the best of friends, and all of them are skillful and knowledgeable. Just think of what they could achieve if they could actually cooperate. Unfortunately, each one is sure that she has the best recipe or knows the most powerful ingredients or in which direction to stir the pot. Now they're so busy arguing that no one is stirring the pot, and you can almost see the explosion that is sure to come. Let's hope they come to their senses in time and remember that they can achieve much more working together if they can all just stop trying to be the one who is right. Now, here's something really interesting, because what I'm getting from Spirit is the fact that if this is not like people, it might be your mind, like arguing with your body, arguing with your soul. So think about it, right? And it could also additionally be your spirit guides are saying one thing, the angels are saying another, the universe is saying another, and then you come on this thing and then a tarot reader is saying another, and it's like, what are you supposed to do, right? Your mind is fighting your spirit, which is fighting your body, and when through those three things are not in alignment and not on the same goal, and everyone thinks that they're right, of course you're going to feel stressed out, anxious, afraid, spiraling, overthinking, like judging, like just then all of a sudden like burning out. So if that feels like you, then you might want to take a moment and ask yourself, okay, like, what does my soul actually want? And write that down. Then ask your mind, what does my mind actually think I should do? And write that down. And then listen to your body. What does your body actually want you to do? And then write that down. Then see how you can like match all those things in alignment and really ask yourself, like, what is it that really needs to be done right now? And how can I get all three of my selves on board? Now with the Two of Cups that like popped out like before I was even starting to shuffle, I think this is about like people really coming into your life where you can really feel that true harmony and a true partnership. And I think going in with the Five of Wands, I think this really has to do a lot with your relationships, not only just your relationships with other people, but also your relationships with your spirit guides, with your soul, with yourself. And again, why I'm personally now like channeling, because my divine feminine always knows, right? Like your intuition always knows, right? Like when you get like guidance from above, it always knows. So why am I going to sit here and try and argue over who is right when I know that this kind of like divine partnership comes when I can listen to my divine feminine, right? Which is like the direct download and guidance, and then take that guidance or directive and then use it to like execute later. Because maybe your soul is like, yeah, I want to move things forward, but we have to make sure that your body can sustain this kind of system. Like think about your Saturn lessons and definitely look at what house Aries is in for you, because it'll definitely tell you. So for example, if you're a Scorpio rising, then Aries is in your 6th house. And if Aries is in your 6th house, then this whole entire Saturn retrograde is going to be all about your daily schedules and routines and your body and like how you physically move throughout the day. So maybe the big lesson is maybe you're burning yourself out because you're not listening to your body. And when your body is telling you, you need to rest or you need to fuel or you need to hydrate, right? So when your soul is like, oh, I want to do this, but your body is like, I can only do this. Maybe in tandem, it's like, okay, great. Let's do what the body can handle today. And then make sure we schedule time for rest, for example. That is a Two of Cups kind of partnership between the human avatar and your spiritual soul. All right. What else do we need to know? What else do they need to know? Okay. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay. I literally heard Spirit say, what are you trying to build? Like, what are you trying to grow, create, like bring into fruition? Comment below. The Seven of Pentacles is usually about like kind of like building and fertilizing and doing the daily things, like really like it hasn't really sprouted into its like full bounty yet, but it's like the maintenance phase. So again, let me read from the book because I think that sometimes there's always little hidden things. So it says, the Seven of Pentacles, at a certain point in any endeavor, it is good to stop and take stock. But sometimes all you can do is wait for things to come to fruition. So my immediate thing for you is, are you like really super impatient because you felt like you should have had your bag a long time ago and you're just sitting here being like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So this book says, you've planted the seeds and tended to the growing shoots to the best of your ability. Now all you can do is wait and see how things turn out. The Seven of Pentacles isn't about making more effort. Oh my God, for all of you overachievers out there, the Seven of Pentacles isn't about making more effort. The time for that has passed. Now is when you take a good look at what you've accomplished and assess it as thoughtfully as you can. Are the results what you hoped for? Will your efforts continue to grow and prosper? Only time will tell for sure, but the Seven of Pentacles is an indication that you are getting close to seeing what harvest your hard work will bear. So what I'm getting from Spirit is like, you might want to take some time today to like take stock of like all the things that you've been pouring all of your effort into, especially this year, and being like, okay, is this actually getting me to where I want to go? Is this actually helping me achieve my dreams? Is this actually gaining traction? Am I actually getting like, am I seeing that the fruits of my labor are starting to grow? Because if it's like dead in the water, then why bother, right? But if it's something that you're like, oh my God, yes, it's actually like going and I'm starting to see it gain traction, then like continue on with it. But you may have to reevaluate, because I'm seeing for some of you, you may have to tweak or reevaluate your plan just a little bit in order for it to continue to grow and prosper as much as you want it to. Like, for example, if you are putting content and creating content for all of the socials, right? So TikTok, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Substack, right? And then take time today to take stock of like all of those different social media channels and really look which one's actually bringing you customers, which one is actually bringing you people who are actually interested in what you're putting down, and which one is it just for like collecting and the people who are warm. Like you'll start to see, you're like, okay, so if X isn't really bringing you the kind of like the reach that you're wanting, maybe stop putting in so much effort there and put it somewhere else and double down on the stuff that is working for you, if that makes any sense. All right, there's a little bit more. What else? How does your garden grow? The 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So the 10 of Cups to me, when I'm looking at this as a spread, right, is that, all right, hear me out. And I might want to read on the book for this, but it's kind of like if you get all of yourself on board, your mind, your body, and your soul on board, and you really take stock and inventory about what's working for you, what's not working for you, kind of like what's taking away your energy, what's draining you, and what's actually feeding you, right? One of the best barometers that you can always have is the 10 of Cups energy, right? So this is like the whole, like, did it make me feel happy, satisfied, and fulfilled? If you want to go look at your human design and see what your like self theme is, right? Does it make me feel satisfied? Does it make me feel at peace? Does it make me feel at ease? And does it make me feel safe? Does it make me feel abundant, right? Does it make me feel grounded? Do I feel like, and again, I feel like I keep on going back to, does it make me feel safe? And I feel like safety has been a big thing because especially with finances, Pentacles, it feels like the finances is what is freaking you the fuck out. And so when you don't have that, it's hard to feel this 10 of Cups energy. Now, let me read what it says in the book. Okay. Joy is found not in things, but in people. Talk about overconsumption. Life overflows with prosperity of the heart. This may be the most joyful card in the deck, but the shared bliss found in the 10 of Cups doesn't just happen by accident. Okay, listen up. The king and queen worked hard over many years to create this perfect day and a nearly perfect life. Their happiness comes not from money or success, but from having people who share their joy. This card depicts the emotional satisfaction we all long for, filled with optimism, but taking nothing for granted, right? So the end of the rainbow is right here. So this card, emotional satisfaction we all long for, filled with optimism, but taking nothing for granted. So when I hear that, it immediately is kind of like, okay, it's funny how I was like money, money, money. And then this is like, but it doesn't have to do with the money. It has to do with what the money provides you. If the money is giving you freedom so that you can spend more time with people that you love, doing the things that you love, being able to have a day, to have a picnic, to hang out in nature, to be able to do art, to be able to create, to be able to bond, to be able to connect, right, with those that you love. That is what the money is really for. So I think also what I'm hearing is you might want to ask yourself and journal this question, but it's like, what do you really want? What do you think the money is going to buy you? Because, right, we immediately go credit card debt, house paid off, like I'm going to be able to be bougie as fuck or whatever the fuck it is, okay? But once that's all there, then what? What are you actually, like dig deeper. What are you actually wanting the money for? And I think the cards are telling you you're wanting it so that you can really spend more time, quality time with the people who you actually care about. And if that's what's really important to you, then this is what you need to be focusing on and the money will come. And with the Ace of Wands coming out with that, it's like there's a new way of doing things that isn't going to burn you out and that isn't going to force you to sacrifice your health or your sanity. Do you know what I mean? Final push. Let's see what else. Final message. Use this Saturn retrograde time, not as a punishment. Don't think about Daddy Saturn as like punishing you. More so like it's giving you the opportunity to correct what is not working in your daily operating systems, okay? What else? They're like, that's it. That's it. You got it. Okay, 2 more cards. The Ace of Cups and the 2 of Swords. The Ace of Cups and the 2 of Swords. I always love it when the Ace of Cups comes out, because what I feel like is like, what does your heart really desire? I feel like there's like, this is so much more of an emotional journey for you. And I think your emotions, I think that your indecision, your mind has been sabotaging what your emotions and your body and your soul are trying to tell you. That's what I'm getting from these 2 cards. So it's like, you really want to hit the bullseye. You really want to get the thing, but you're like, oh my God, can I do it? But what if I do it this way? What if I do it that way? What if I do it this way? But I don't know. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? But if I do this, and I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. And meanwhile, your body's like, why don't you just settle in and do that? And like, you kind of like override this because your mind is freaking out because it feels this lack, because you haven't like harvested or gotten like the harvest of what you've really wanted. And so you feel like the 10 of Cups emotional satisfaction is impossible because you're just constantly fighting yourself. So if you really want this true partnership with the 2 of Cups and you need to do things a different way. You can't continue to blindfold yourself and be in constant indecision. You got to use the Ace of Cups and what is going to fill your heart up with this joy to get to the 10 of Cups, right? What is going to make you feel this? I think this is what you need to work on. If you work on this today and cultivating exactly what this emotion is, whether it's satisfaction, whether it's peace, whether it's safety, whatever it is, focus on that feeling and then figure out what things are going to actually make you feel that way. And then you'll be able to do it. So when I say like feel that way, I'm not just talking about like Abraham Hicks law of attraction, like, oh, just feel good and do it. What I'm saying is that like, okay, when you're really creating your business, and if you realize now that you just really want to feel so safe and grounded in your business, like you want to feel like this is really what you love to do, then make sure that when you go back and look at your offers, if it is an offer that you do not love and it doesn't make you feel like this 10 of Cups energy when you want to sell it or talk about it or share about it, take it off your fucking list. People can smell it a million miles away when you don't even believe in the thing that you're selling. When you're actually in it and you're like, oh, this is what I want to create. This is what I want to do. This makes me feel really good. And if you're interested in this, link in bio, that is when people are going to want to actually buy that. If you want more stable income, maybe it's not the best thing to be a content creator. Maybe it is about figuring out a way to create a recurring revenue stream for you so that you have consistent income coming in, which makes you feel that safety, which then gives you and affords you the freedom to create other things. Last final message is that I'm looking at the Ace of Cups and it's like totally overflowing. You see how it's overflowing? So I feel like Spirit just wants you to make sure to have your cup overflowing first and take care of that first in your daily life. And then from that overflow, then go and use that energy to curate your business, your life, your empire. That will be your secret sauce into being able to sustain your operating systems without burning the fuck out. Did this resonate? If it did, subscribe, follow, like, and then comment below and tell me what resonated the most for you. And if you want a one-on-one session, you can book it in the link below in the description. Also, comment with any questions. You've got this. I love you.